Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live with another quick tips tutorial brought to you by Adobe Photoshop Elements Group. And let's jump right in. Today's poster wanted to know how to create this, the child and the adult. Side view angle, black and white and highlighted shadows on the edge as if the lights are coming in from the right. Let's go ahead and try that ourselves here. I went ahead and grabbed a couple of pictures indiscriminately, and I'm not sure who the kid is, but I'm sure you know who that is. And let's start by getting rid of the backgrounds. You can try with the magic tool, but the problem is that it may not get enough or might get too much. Actually, that's not too bad, but look at these jagged edges. We don't like that at all. So let's go ahead and do it our way by using the eraser. I'm going to undo that. And let's go ahead and grab the eraser, and we're just going to carefully erase around each subject and then delete the outline beyond that. So I'll grab an eraser, nice soft point. I'll do like a 10-point eraser, and I'll zoom in and start from scratch, and we'll be right back. All right, so now that we finished cutting them out with the eraser, all we got to do is grab our polygon tool, and I'll do the polygon lasso, and we'll lasso everything else out so we can keep just the main photos of each one. And now that we finished the polygon on the second picture, all we got to do is hit the delete button, and there we go. This basically makes them like a PNG. They're their own image, and so now we can go ahead and introduce another empty layer up here. I'm going to pull that to the very bottom. Grab a color of pure black, and this is going to be for the background. And I'll take the paintbrush and paint it right in, and there we have our two photos, one in front of the other. So this is pretty good, but it's still missing something because it's not quite getting this image like this. As you can see, this is black and white, and they both fade from very bright on the edges to dark in the background, almost pure black. So that's what we have to recreate with our images. So first of all, let's go ahead and make them black and white. So we take the first one, go to Enhance, go to Color. We can go to remove color, but that's going to turn the photo into a pure black and white. We're going to actually do this by hand by going to adjust hue saturation and just basically bring this saturation all the way down like that. And that's what we like. Let's go ahead and grab the next picture behind there and do the same thing. Go to Enhance, Color, adjust hue, color, saturation, and bring that saturation all the way back down like there. So now we're getting a little closer here. Now we can start sort of positioning where we want this to be. And if we compare that to the other image, the noses are almost aligned. The forehead of the child is a little bit lower, and the bottom here is aligned. The neck's up a tiny bit. So let's do the same thing. Let's line the noses right around here, and I'm going to go ahead and actually take the smudge tool, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this image down a little bit further. And this you can just kind of smudge it down so that it matches at least down to the level of the other photo. We'll crop it all out afterwards, but this will just give it a little more room to play with. That's good. We like that. I'll go ahead and cut this off with the square. I'll go like this, match the picture below. We'll do a little bit tighter later, but this kind of just brings it down like that. And we like that. But now we have to build this lighting that's different like this. So to duplicate this, we want to have a hot spots on the edge, which will be one photo, and then the dark edges on the other side, which will be another photo. What I'm talking about is duplicating each one of these. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate the background, and I'm going to duplicate the foreground. And now we got two of each one. Let's get rid of the foreground and work with just the background. I'll turn off everything but the very, very back. That's going to be the brightest. Just click on it and basically go to Enhance, Lighting, Brightness, and I'm just going to go ahead and make it a little bit brighter like this. Turn the copy back on above that, and let's go ahead and darken that. Go to Enhance, Lighting, Brightness, and now we're going to darken that like this. Now all we have to do is take our eraser And let's get a nice big soft brush, something like 500%, just so that we can brush the edges to make them light again. And we can just go like this. See, I'm just barely touching it, and it's getting lighter along those edges. If I toggle back and forth, you can see the difference. And there we go, that's for one. Now let's take the child that we placed, and let's do the same thing with it. Brightness, and bring down the brightness, like this. Almost all the way. We can toggle back and forth and see the difference. And now all we have to do is merge the two layers together, the child together, and then the two faces in the back together. Or right click and merge down. Now we got two separate layers. That's looking pretty good, but we still want a little bit more. So I'm going to put a layer in between the two, and I'm going to grab another brush, pick a color of pure black, and let's make it a nice big huge brush like a 1500 points. And all we have to do is just come up here and just cover that from the top to the bottom. Let's go ahead and make another layer in front of the child and do the same thing. And that darkens everything right behind them. So what we're looking for is to have both of these layers completely fade to black in the back. Now I want to just take that back layer, and I'm just going to soften the edges just a little bit because these edges here are a little bit sharp. Let's take like a 50-point eraser and just go over the whole edge here to soften it up. And especially in the hair here, where you see these strange like highlights in the cut, we're just going to do this at 100 points. And really get rid of a lot of this harsh stuff here. And there we go. It's looking really, really natural. Let's go ahead and grab our cropping tool, and similar to this photo, it's cut off at the bottom of the hairline and right under the neck. So let's go ahead and do something similar. We're going to go like this. And there we go. We can compare it to the other one. That's looking pretty good. I think ours is looking pretty good too. Well, there you have it. This is Rich with this tutorial, calling it quits, saying over and out.